A path of destruction left in the wake of Hurricane Florence. Rescues are underway as the death toll rises. Plus, a terrible tragedy on the Suncoast. The lives of 2 teens cut short in a fatal crash on a night meant for celebration. Plus, how locals are working together, looking for a clear solution to red tide. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Hello, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Erica Jackson. Our top story, new details tonight about last night's fatal crash on State Road 64 in Manatee County. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from the scene of the crash with more on who was involved and exactly what happened. Rebecca, what can you tell us?
Erica, it was really a heartbreaking story. 2 teenagers from Lakewood Ranch High School were on their way to homecoming last night when they got into a car accident with a truck at this intersection and never made it. The accident happened at around 7:45 on Saturday night. The 2 teens were in a Honda Accord traveling west on State Road 64 and attempted to make a left turn when a Dodge Ram truck traveling east slammed into the side of the car. The 39-year-old man driving the truck suffered minor injuries, but his 12-year-old daughter that was in the car with him was airlifted and is in critical condition. This morning, members of the Lakewood Ranch community set up a memorial in honor of the 2 boys that died, 17-year-old Chase Coiner and 15-year-old Matthew Powers. But Erica, what makes this tragedy even worse is that neighbors have been fighting to do something about this very dangerous intersection for years. They've pleaded for street signs in both directions, but officials instead say they would be looking into adding a roundabout.
And I don't know what more needs to be done. It's like the tragedies keep happening. And since I, again, have lived here for over 13 years, we've had multitude of accidents that happen, from minor fender benders to serious ones, and something needs to give. We have to have FDOT and the county commissioners do something more. A roundabout's not going to cut it.
And because this accident involved 2 high school students, Manatee County School District said tomorrow morning they'll be having a crisis team at Lakewood Ranch High School for any student that needs someone to talk to. Live in Bradenton, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you, Erica.
Rebecca, thank you. Very sad story. Thank you for that update. And First Alert Traffic, a reminder to drivers. Bridge maintenance begins tonight on State Road 64 at the Anna Maria Island drawbridge. You can expect intermittent lane closures overnight there in both directions. They're scheduled between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. each night. The work is expected to be complete by Thursday, September 20th. Turning now to the developing story in Southeast. Floods prompting emergency situations in the Carolinas. Florence is now downgraded to a tropical depression, but the storm continues to drop inches of rain as the riverbanks overflow. So far, 15 people have died from the storm. ABC's Natalie Brunell is in Wilmington with the latest.
Tropical depression Florence pushing raging floodwaters across the Carolinas. The risk to life rising. After flying over parts of his state, North Carolina's governor warning residents not to let their guard down.
This storm has never been more dangerous than it is right now.
In parts of North Carolina, 30 inches of rain have already soaked communities, causing rivers to swell. Many local roadways and interstates impassable. Floodwaters are set to continue to rise, and it takes just a little bit of water to completely wash your car away.
Stay off the roads in most parts of the state of North Carolina. Don't make yourself someone who needs to be rescued.
Emergency shelters overflowing as flash flooding prompts more evacuations. Residents trying to reach safe, dry land wading through neck-deep water in Richlands, North Carolina.
I was raised around this area, so this is the first I've seen it this bad.
And I was actually having to swim there for a little bit.
A reporter from our station WTVD among the first to get back on Atlantic Beach to see the devastating aftermath. But the worst of Mother Nature bringing out the best in human nature.
We have just recently started getting a lot of cleaning supplies. A lady just did bring some clothes.
Good Samaritans dropping boats into the floodwaters, searching for anyone trapped in their homes. The risk is also growing near the Appalachian Mountains, where the rains could lead to dangerous mudslides. In Wilmington, North Carolina, Natalie Brunell, ABC News.
No longer a tropical storm. With a look at the remnants of Florence, let's go to Wendy Ross for a first check on your First Alert weather forecast.
Well, if there's any good news of all of this, the good news is the fact that it is finally picking up some forward speed, and it's moving more quickly now towards the north at around 14 miles per hour. So that's good news. The wind's now down to 35 miles per hour, and Florence will be moving into the Appalachians, as you just heard. The situation there means that they're going to be having 5 to 6 inches of rainfall expected tomorrow, and that will be around the Appalachians. We're still seeing rains coming on in bands, and you can see them coming on through from the Atlantic, and so the mess is still there. In the meantime, right here in our viewing area, we've had very little in the way of rainfall. Most of our showers have been over the central part of the state. They're all moving off towards the north and east, and they're moving away from us, and we're not seeing anything developing out in the Gulf of Mexico to move onshore. So for us right now, things are very, very quiet with most of the showers around us, but nothing happening right on top of us. Erica?
Wendy, thank you. Texas authorities have charged a U.S. Border Patrol supervisor with murdering 4 female sex workers during a 2-week killing spree that ended when a 5th woman escaped from him and found help. Juan David Ortiz was arrested Saturday after he was found hiding in a truck in a hotel parking lot in Laredo. Authorities consider Ortiz a serial killer. The names of the victims were not released, but officials say 2 are U.S. citizens. New questions tonight in Dallas after a police officer reportedly shot a man inside his own apartment. The officer is calling it a mistake, but as ABC's Will Carr tells us, the man's family is now concerned about how the case is being handled.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
This weekend, protests erupting in Dallas over the death of Botham Jean amid new questions about that deadly encounter.
Give me justice for my son, because he does not deserve what he got.
The white police officer accused of killing Jean, a black man charged Thursday. Amber Geiger seen in an orange jumpsuit breaking down as she's booked into jail. The details of her story now in dispute. Geiger claiming she thought she was walking into her own apartment earlier this month after her shift, alleging the door was partially open and that when she got inside, she saw a silhouette and thought her home was being burglarized when she shot and killed Jean. We've learned investigators hope to get data from the electronic door locks they seized from both Jean and Geiger's apartments. Jean's family attorney saying 2 witnesses contradict her story.
Independent witnesses have already come forward to say that they heard this officer pounding on the door and demanding to be let in.
The victim's family also alleging a smear campaign against his character, questioning why authorities released a search warrant claiming they found less than ½ an ounce of marijuana inside his apartment, considering Jean was the one who was killed inside of his own home.
To have my son smeared in such a way, I think shows that there are persons who are really nasty, who are really dirty, and are going to cover up for the devil, Amber Geiger.
That was Will Carr reporting. Geiger, a Dallas police officer of 4 years, has been charged with manslaughter. She was released on bond and on unpaid administrative leave. Protesters are calling for her termination. Residents in Massachusetts hit by a wave of gas explosions and fires can now go back home. 1 person was killed and 2 others were injured in 3 different towns. Now, Governor Charlie Baker says all of the homes impacted have been checked out and cleared of fumes.
Our outstanding team of first responders and utility resources have been working tirelessly to complete phase 1 of our recovery efforts here in the Merrimack Valley. We're pleased to report that they have made tremendous progress, and residents in North Andover, Andover, and Lawrence may return to their homes.
The governor also said about 15,000 nearby residents have had their power restored and that it will be restored to everyone else shortly. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the incident, which they suspect was caused by a pressure increase in a natural gas pipeline. Turning now to the latest red tide report released today by Montmorency Laboratory. Not a good weekend for Suncoast beaches. Today's report showing dead fish at all tested Suncoast beaches. Respiratory irritation is also being felt across the coast. Now let's take a look at Lido Beach this weekend. It's quite a mess along the shoreline. Those specks that you see in the water right there are actually dead fish as well. It's a stark contrast to what we're used to seeing during nice weekend weather. Looking for a clear solution to the ravaging effects of red tide, today the event called Saving Nemo brought people together to hear from local speakers about what red tide is and how the community can help reduce its effects.
I've always gotten affected by red tide, but never like this. I literally can hardly go outside, and I'm pregnant, so trying to just find out what's going on, trying to create community, knowing that this is a natural bloom, but there's also a lot that can be done, and we just wanted to know what that even is.
Speakers addressed the community about reducing waste in our waters, petitioning for stronger fertilizer regulations, and the conservation and protection of Suncoast waterways. Still to come here on ABC7, a first for Massachusetts in 80 years. A 26-year-old killed following a shark attack off of Cape Cod. Plus, incredible images of destruction out of the Philippines and China as the strongest storm of the year wreaks havoc.
Attention, do you have Medicare? Do you want to make sure you have the most benefits and lowest possible out-of-pocket costs? You may be able to lower your out-of-pocket costs and get dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now to find out what you deserve.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Over 3 million people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, but there are still many people who don't check to see if they're eligible for more benefits and lower out-of-pocket costs. It's so easy. One simple free call could save you money and get you more benefits. Be smart. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now.
Call now to see if you may be eligible to lower your copays and get extra benefits, including dental and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're able to save money and get more benefits now. Call 1-800-711-7200. Again, call 1-800-711-7200 now.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free. Call or go online right now.
Kettle's got it. Kettle's got it.
Kettle's got what you're looking for at Kettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Kettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Kettle's got that too.
Kettle's got it.
Visit Kettle.com.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Welcome back. The first fatal shark attack in Massachusetts in 80 years took the life of a young man boogie boarding off the coast of Cape Cod. With the response from the community there, here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
No swimming or surfing on this beach in Cape Cod until further notice. The signs warning visitors after 26-year-old Arthur Medici was attacked by a shark while boogie boarding Saturday, just 30 yards offshore.
I have a report of an unknown shark bite male party.
Medici dragged to the beach by terrified onlookers.
I never wanted to be that guy at the edge of the ocean screaming shark at the top of my lungs, and that happened today.
First responders performing CPR before rushing Medici to the hospital, but he did not survive.
They were amazing. They did CPR, they put on professional tourniquets.
ABC affiliate WCVB capturing images of these sharks swimming close to the coast just hours after the attack. A booming seal population blamed for drawing the predators closer to shore.
When you've got a prey item that's tight to the beach, and you've got predators like sharks moving in to try to get to them, and the general public needs to be incredibly vigilant.
This, the first deadly shark attack in the area in more than 80 years, but the second dangerous encounter this summer. Last month, a 61-year-old doctor from New York gravely wounded after being bitten 4 miles away.
And then I was attacked suddenly.
Sunday, anguished residents drawing this heart in the sand. Flowers and candles left as a memorial.
This sea lavender planted in the spot where Medici was pulled from the water. His family remembering him as a happy spirit who will be deeply missed. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, Cape Cod.
Parts of Asia are recovering from Typhoon Mangkhut, the strongest storm of the year. Officials in the Philippines and China say Mangkhut killed at least 54 people. Take a look at this video as waves push debris onto the beach in Hong Kong. Hong Kong's typhoon alert warning was at its highest level, and the city all but shut down as the massive storm moved through. The wind was strong enough to bounce a sofa like a softball. Look at what you're seeing on your screen right now. This video shows a piece of furniture tumbling over and over as though it was weightless. 42 people are still missing in the Philippines. Now to our continuing coverage of the destruction caused by Hurricane Florence. Here is what we know so far. The death toll has been raised to 15. Major flooding is making rescues difficult. Millions have been evacuated. And in North Carolina alone, more than 15,000 people are in public shelters. The images of destruction are pouring in. Take a look at these aerials over Lumberton, North Carolina. You can really see the extent of the mass flooding there. In Rocky Point, North Carolina, evacuated residents are being transported on boats while checking out the devastation, all while wiping away tears. In Jacksonville, North Carolina, some roads are so dangerous that even with a Humvee, these rescuers had to be rescued themselves. And I think that's a good reminder that when you get these alerts to evacuate when necessary, you really do have to take those seriously.
You really do, because then you put other people in harm's way as well if you decide to stay. And so many people recognize that they're going to have to continue with these evacuations because of the fact that it's still raining, the flooding is still an issue. And so those are the problems that we're experiencing and are going to continue to experience over the next couple of days. The system is finally moving more quickly, and that is good news.
Okay.
So it is actually moving more quickly to the north at around 15 miles per hour now. But here at home, we have been very quiet. We have had some drier air coming in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and that has really helped to keep down our rain chances. So we have not seen the amount of rainfall that certainly other parts of the country have been getting, and certainly what we have experienced in the last couple of weeks. So this is what our rainfall totals look like today. Over the past 24-hour period, you can see nothing, I mean literally nothing has taken place around our viewing area. So we have been very quiet. If you've gotten any rain at all, you just had to maybe bat it away with your hand. You don't even need a windshield wiper. And what we are getting are some of the showers that are developing at this point are over the central part of the state. They're moving on up towards the north, some isolated thunderstorms here. But this rain so far has really been very much spread away from our viewing area, just on the periphery, as you can see, and nothing taking place at this hour for us. So temperatures, as a result, stay on the warm side, and readings have been mostly in the 90s. Across our viewing area, temperatures today only got up to about 89 degrees for the daytime high. So temperatures right now are hugging right around that 89-degree mark for many locations across the region. And as you can see on a point-by-point basis, we have mostly 86 degrees along the beaches, but then as you move inland, those temperatures are slightly warmer, and this is being reflected down the coast as well. Our current heat value, our current heat index, is showing us that it feels a whole lot warmer than it actually is, with temperatures in the upper 90s. Feels like temperatures. So it's hot out there still, even though we only had a high today of 89 degrees, but that's normal for this time of the year. Our overnight low, because of the lack of rain, was 82, and we're going to see that repeated again tonight. So here's Florence. This is Florence now moving to the north at 14 miles per hour. That's the best news they've had, because once we can get this system out of the way, it will certainly be a benefit to everybody. It will be moving across the Appalachians. They're expecting 5 to 6 inches more rain to come on in. In the meantime, they're still getting showers developing and coming on in from the Atlantic. The bands are a little bit more widespread. That's good. And we're going to, as soon as this system starts to move north, most of this rain will begin to ease up as well. So that's good news. Additionally, now what we have are some changes that are going on. And you can see we've had post-tropical Helene, tropical depression Joyce. This has now become just an area of disturbed weather, what was Isaac. And now there's about a 20% chance that it could develop over the next couple of days. So it's still something to watch, but we're going to be watching it as it moves towards the northwest. And right now, again, it's just an area of disturbed weather. In the meantime, if you're heading off to the beach tomorrow, we're going to start to see some shifts in the wind. Beginning in the morning, it'll be out of the southeast, in the afternoon out of the west at 5 knots, and then it will be hot once again because we're only going to be seeing some isolated thunderstorms in the forecast. This is what it looks like. We're going to be getting a 20% chance of rain for Monday, and then we up those chances on Tuesday. The winds are going to shift back around out of the east, and that means that we're going to be getting those afternoon and evening thunderstorms, and that will be with us for the next couple of days until the wind shifts back again to the southwest. Erica?
Wendy, thank you. In Health Smart tonight, more than 100 people came to the Church of Hope in Palmetto today for free medical services and an opportunity to meet with local first responders. 9 local groups came out in support of the event, including EMS, LECOM Dental College, and Community Health, all offering something to residents that can boost community-wide health as well.
Another way, by offering everything from dental to other opportunities for people to get checked out, see how we can serve our community.
So it gives us a chance to introduce ourselves and meet them and let them know what's available to them if they ever do have to call 911.
Church officials say they hope that this will be the first of many more free health fairs to come. A new study shows fetal growth may improve if pregnant women use air purifiers. Researchers worked with nearly 500 women and put air purifiers in half of their homes. The machines decreased air pollutants in their homes by nearly 30%. Those fine particles are most consistently linked with human health effects. The researchers say the results show air pollution during pregnancy has a negative impact on the baby's growth, and reducing exposure is beneficial. Entertainment news is coming up next, so stay with us.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
In entertainment news, science fiction thriller The Predator was #1 in the weekend box office. The film had a $24 million weekend debut, while horror flick The Nun, the latest installation in the Conjuring universe, grossed $18.2 million in its second week. Lionsgate's drama A Simple Favor, starring Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, came in at #3 for its weekend debut. That film brought in $16 million. Now, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, didn't he do a movie called The Predator or something years ago? I don't know.
Wendy, I'm the
just
worst with
remembering that.
movies. I'm the
And
worst.
no, he did The Terminator, but I thought he did something about a predator or something like that. It was the best. It was really a good movie. I remember that.
We need to ask our friend Google in between shows. And maybe this is a remake. And
that's what I'm wondering, because there are so many remakes, so that's what I was.
Yeah, now those are in style. So we'll check it out and we'll report back at 11. Hope to see you then. Have a good one.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.